One thing about Jamaicans is this. We always ready to cry and act like we really care with all these caring posts on social media. But if it's not front page news, we're not really business. Is on to the next one and on to business as usual. Welcome back to SouFLoTV again, everybody. It is your host with the most. We're gonna keep this one short, but this is just in remembrance of keeping the name alive and reminding those who are really advocating for something to be done in this case to keep Donaldson name alive. If we stop talking about her right now, this is a critical point. They will sweep it under the rug. Next thing on the look round and on the hearsay, that police officer there that was her man that is suspected of taking her life. Next thing we look round, him get 5 years under the quiet and nothing else done about it. So to keep her name alive, keep the pressure on, keep the Jamaica Constabulary Force on their toes. Remember this, it was one of theirs that did this. And because it was one of theirs that did this, it took a whole lot of public pressure to bring this to the forefront for them to be transparent and actually try to do something about this. Kill me dead all in my own mind. Me feel like them help him cover up and dispose of the body properly. That is the reason why she will never ever be found. Alright? But I could talk about this article that was just released. The article said the body of the missing influencer is likely destroyed. Well, sir and ma'am, we said that from day one. From day one, I said, if there is no video of her coming out of that apartment, but there is video of her going in, her body was already destroyed in order to get it out. How? The couch. That's why there was so much blood in the couch. From this our body start get destroyed. I want our people to not listen to this if it's going to hurt you, but it's the truth. I feel like the man they cut her in a half or dismember her into couple pieces, pack her into that couch and then dispose of the couch first, because he already knew that there were video cameras around the place. Him know that already. He's a police officer and him living in the area. Him know. So somebody around there have video cameras that's going to show certain things. So him couldn't come out with her in a body bag. And him couldn't come out with her wrap up in a sheet. Him couldn't come out with her sling over him shoulder carrying her to the car trunk. So him make it look like say he was moving furniture. I'm just telling you all. I said that from day one. The body was already being mutilated from that point on. Right? Furthermore now, kill me dead again. I believe that he also got help later on to chop up that body even more and then dispose of it somewhere. So Donna is not laying somewhere in two pieces. Her upper half over here and her lower half over there. They mash up the body there. The body there got minced. You understand? And based on that, two things will happen. One, this man will never say where her body is because he can't. Even if them put a deal on the table for him and say, listen, we know you do it. We'll give you 1 year. That's it. But here's the deal. Tell us where the body is. Him wouldn't tell you. The reason why him wouldn't tell you is because of what they did to her. And it would show the barbaric nature of the individuals that did what they did to her. She's in pieces. She's in pieces. You understand? And at this point, those pieces have been decomposed to bones. But she's in pieces. Yes. And sadly, because of that, we will also never get a confession from Noel Maitland. Because Noel ain't going to confess and say me kill her. Because if them say me kill her, them are going to say, okay, show me where the body is. And he's never going to say that. He's going to go down with this sinking ship that she came to my apartment and then she left. And then that was the last time I saw her after we had an argument. Forget that videotape shows that she never left, but she did go in. Him still I go try convince the world that that videotape somehow malfunctioned when she was leaving, or she left from an angle where that videotape could not have picked her up leaving, and all these other kind of things. And don't forget, say his attorney actually had people lined up ready to say, I saw Donna Lee leaving at this particular time. All the attorneys are wicked enough. But here what? God not sleep, and justice are gonna split properly. And karma is a bitch, and karma is a angry bitch sometimes. And when that angry bitch comes around, she never misses an address, my friend. So y'all gotta pay me out. Deja, for short, says, nobody come stir up back people's spirit, man. The public solved this case long before the ones who should have done it. But God nah sleep. And that's true, because it was the public who actually put one and one together, way before law enforcement revealed to us the same information that the public had already known. That's why the people them took it to the streets, because the people them saw that somebody grabbed the broom and somebody did lift up the rug, and somebody was getting ready to sweep this under the rug, and them said, no, can't do that, because we know that she left. There was too much evidence left behind. Her mother was able to tell, yes, it was Noel that came and picked her up. I saw, me know what time him call her, me see her left with him. Him couldn't dispute that. And mommy wasn't afraid to talk, so him couldn't dispute that. Yes, you came, you picked up my daughter around this time. Now them ask him, what you did with the girl? Well, we come back to my house. Well, videotape confirms from his neighbors that she did arrive at his apartment, and she did enter the apartment with him. This said videotape is the one that will convict him, because the videotape shows a couch coming out, but not her coming out. And I said she came out in the couch. Remember, the people at the wash place say, well, first of all, who care couch go car wash? Go wash it. That's very unusual. But don't forget the testimony that said the amount of blood that did come out of that the couch there. And he tried to excuse it as something like him cousin or somebody cut them hand when they were doing some work over at the house there. And the person replied specifically, boy, he must be dead. Dead from cutting your hand. The person said, him must be dead. We cut him hand because the amount of blood will come out of this couch and it smell raw. We won't forget that. So yeah, news headline now is saying Donna Lee body might be destroyed. Come on, man. We know that a long time ago. Especially up to this point. We sure for sure know she's not sitting somewhere being fed 3 square meals a day and looking healthy and being preserved. We know now for a fact that her body was destroyed and she is dead, and we will never find her unless this man, Noel Maitland, wants us to, and he does not. I may already tell you the reason why he does not. All right. Willpower Transformation says, even the blind could see that, sir. Bailey, do some serious work and stop the public relations and feel-good sentiments to make it appear that the process is fair and transparent. We want truth and conviction. All involved must face the judgment. This is heights of wickedness and evil. Another person said, I hope them treat him just like how them treat Vybz Kartel. Remember, you know, the DPP came up with some kind of story of how Lizard died or was killed, murdered by Vybz Kartel and his cronies. They didn't have not one shred of proof except for circumstantial evidence. Somebody said something on phone and that and that. Them not have no DNA evidence linking Kartel them to the crime or anything. Them man, they get life in prison. 35 years before eligibility for parole. And I remember at Vybz Kartel's sentencing when they asked the judge, well, why you give the man so much time? And the man said, because of the callous nature of the individual, showed no remorse, accepted no guilt, and also the fact that that youth family will not be able to give him a funeral because They know where the body is and them not say it. Well, let let the same stick beat this person too. Keep the same energy when dealing with this case too. Donna Lee has not been found. He is unwilling to say where she is. Her family will never have closure because they will always be wondering and hoping and praying that she might pop up someday somewhere. Well, just maybe. Or they might be thinking the worst all the time, just living in torment. Well, I wonder if him did chop her up and feed her a hog. Well, I wonder if him did feed her a crocodile, alligator. Well, I wonder if him did, they're going to be wondering things. Well, I wonder which part him dig and go bury her over there where she is when nobody don't know which part she there. This is torment for parents and loved ones to constantly be thinking of that. So Noel Maitland has offered no peace of mind and no closure, and has admitted no guilt and has shown no remorse. So let the same thing happen in the Vybz Kartel case happening in this. Uno give Kartel all that time there, uno must give him no less than 35. Matter of fact, let me say this, as a law enforcement official that was charged with the duty to serve and protect, you went ahead and did something like this, you should be held to a higher standard. That means you should be made an example of and be punished even harder. 45 before eligible for parole. That may I say. But you can't stop now with the headlines about the body of missing influencer is likely destroyed. We, the public, did know that from day one. Again, my condolences to the family, especially to her mom and her dad and her siblings, her immediate family, and then extended to her friends, close associates, and so on. Think about this, yeah. Wait and see. Just wait and see. I'll catch y'all in the next video, but keep her name alive and say her name to the advocates who really want to help and wish her family well. Keep your foot on their neck, because anytime we quint, a Jamaica, you know how them do already. Before you know it, this gone. All right, I'm out. Peace.